Welcome or welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be doing a really exciting idea that just popped into my brain one day. I know you've probably seen all over Booktube something picks my reads. Sarah Caroli is literally the queen of this. She's always coming up with new ideas and stuff to pick her reads, and I had a little idea pop into my head of doing bookmarks pick my reads. Which I haven't actually seen before. Apologies if people have done this, but I haven't seen it on my feed before. So my idea was to randomly pick a bookmark and then match a book to that bookmark, either through the vibe of the bookmark, the colour of the bookmark, whatever I'm feeling when I pick one. So I have a bit of a collection of bookmarks. Let me go and get them. A whole little stack. So we have like some food ones, just some pink ones. Again, just some really cute ones. So just have a bit of a range. I've got cowboy themed, I've got a autumn one and a Taylor Swift themed one. This one of Ross from Friends that says I'm fine with him drinking a margarita. So I've just got so many different ones. Most of them are from Furs on Sunday, so I'll put that on the screen so you can, I think that's how you pronounce that, I don't know if that's how it is, so you can shop them if you want to. So I just thought that's a kind of cute idea, and we can just pick one at random and then see what book matches that vibe, or the colour, or whatever it is that I feel matches to that bookmark. So let's just dive straight into today's video. Hopefully it's going to be a fun one. I'm hoping it goes how I want it to, because I kind of just thought of this idea and thought let's just roll with it. So let's jump into today's video. Okay, so I've got a selection of bookmarks here. I've took some ones out that I think probably are going to be difficult to choose a book from if I had that as a bookmark. So I've just got a selection here. I'm literally going to close my eyes, shuffle them about, pick a random one, and then we'll choose from there. So let's do that and pick a random one. This one. Okay, so it's a teddy bear one. So it's, I'm not necessarily going to go off the pictures that are on here, but I thought if it's blue, if I pick this one, I could pick a blue book or something with blue on the cover. So let's have a look. It's my bookshelf. Now on my TBR for this month, I do have Kingdom of the Curse, which is quite blue. We can pick a man called Ove. There's also, well, if it's the first book of the Bear Town series, then that makes sense, but the others are a bit more purpley. More of a blue cover. Although it's, do you think that's more grey? Or is it blue? What do we think? I feel like the whole teddy bear theme goes a bit better with this book. What do I really think? Our two options. This is really difficult. I'm leaning more towards my fantasy because of it being on my TBR for the month. I think I might go with this one. I know that like the cover is quite black, but I feel like the blue matches the cover, the bookmark, a little bit better than this blue. I do really want to read this book because I love Frederick Backman's writing, but I think we're going to go with this one because, like I say, it's on my TBR for the month, and my goal for this month is to actually finish my whole TBR that I select. With an update on Kingdom of the Cursed. So I'm now on page 204, so I think I'm just under halfway, maybe like 40 something %, and it is picking up a little bit. So we've just uncovered a little bit of a secret that one of the characters has been keeping, and now we're kind of determining what that means for the other character and where we're going to go with that. So it is based more in a fantasy world, because the first book was more based in the real world with fantasy elements, whereas this one is now in a fantasy world. I don't want to say too much about it because it being a second book in a series that literally follows straight on from the first book, so I'm kind of mindful of that, but I am enjoying it so far. There still is a mystery element, but I feel like that's kind of been put on the back burner a little bit, and we're just kind of focusing on the characters mainly. So I'm hoping the mystery aspect kind of picks up a little bit more, because that was heavily focused on in the first book, and that's why I enjoyed it so much, because it was a bit of a murder mystery with obviously fantasy elements in there, whereas this one feels a little bit more character driven and not much of the mystery bit has gone on. But I feel like it might pick up a little bit now, so we'll see where we go with that one. But I am enjoying it so far. I'm hoping to read a big chunk of this today, and then we'll see where I get to. I'll come back with some more thoughts and stuff. And yeah, I'm going to carry on reading now, because I kind of want to see whether the mystery bit is going to pick up, because it's kind of been hinted at a little bit more in the past couple of pages that it might pick up a little bit, that one of the characters is plotting something. So we'll see where we get to with that one, but enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying the series, and there's only one more book after this in this series. I know there's a spin-off, but in this particular series there's only one more. So this one, the first book, although there was like obviously elements of romance and hints at stuff, this one is a lot more spicy. And like, I haven't really got to full-on spicy, if that makes sense, but I don't know whether there was a bit of a jump from the first book to this one. I don't know, but it feels different in terms of the romance elements of it. So not sure whether she switched it up between books, but if she did, it's not like, I'm not complaining, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, either or, but yeah, it just feels a little bit different, the romance element in this particular book. So I'm going to carry on reading and come back with some more thoughts when I've got a bit further through. Because I am planning to finish it off today, so I wanted to kind of give some thoughts before I come back with final thoughts. So I'm now on page 315, so I've got this much of the book left to go. I think it's just over 400 pages, so I am hopeful that I'll finish this off today. I literally have a uni assignment to do, which I'm half the way through, so once I finish that, I'm going to sit down and carry on reading this. I am enjoying it so far, and the mystery aspect of it has picked up more, which I thought it might have. I think I mentioned in the last clip that that was kind of on the back burner. There are some big decisions that our characters need to make, and I kind of am assuming the answer that one of the characters is going to give to this decision, but I'm unsure on the whole mystery element and what's happening and stuff, so I'm still very much not in the know. So I am excited to finish this off. I do have a feeling, because there is a third book in the series and just the nature of the way the first one finished going into this one, I do think we're not going to get all the answers, but I think we're potentially going to get to a point where we get enough answers for it then to be a cliffhanger, and then I'll have to read the next book, which I am planning on reading soon, because I kind of just want to finish off this series now that I have gotten into it. I just want to know all the answers, so I'm going to continue to read this, and I'll come back with final thoughts and stuff. Like I say, I'm going to attempt to finish this today. And it's the weekend, so it's Saturday, and then we can pick another book to read for tomorrow. So I've finished Kingdom of the Cursed, which, oh my god, that ending, I'm like, she keeps leaving it on a cliffhanger, but I'm like, I cannot physically leave the book there and leave and not read the rest of it for a while. So I immediately went onto Amazon, purchased the next book, which is coming tomorrow, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will read the next one. I think I need a little bit of a break, because this felt long in terms of little aspects of the mystery that were more fantasy based than real world based, because it's kind of like a murder mystery well, it is throughout all of them, but in the first one it was more focused on finding that person, and then now it's just a little bit more complicated. So it definitely took a little bit of brain power, but I finished this off last night. Like I say, immediately purchased the next book, so when that comes I'll be reading that one. But I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying the series, and I can't wait to read like the spin-off, which is like Throne of the Fallen and whatever the next one is. Okay, let's pick our next bookmark. I'm just going to go on a little bit of a shuffle. I can't see which one. Let's see. Oh, it's a cowboy romance one. That's very exciting. And we actually do have a cowboy romance on my March TBR. Let me just grab it. I'll pop these ones back. And that book is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. So that's going to be our next read of the video, which I'm really excited to read because I really want to finish off the Chestnut Springs series. And it also matches my little jumper today, green and green. So I'm excited to read this one. And yeah, we'll start it tonight and then I'll come back with some thoughts and stuff probably tomorrow. I've literally binged most of Hopeless. I have this much left. I did read some yesterday and some this morning because the F1 was on this morning, so I had a 4 AM wake up call and then watched the F1 while I was reading as well. So I'm now on page 294 and there are how many pages? 386, so I have under 100 pages left to go. Do you know, I know a lot of people say that this is not their favourite and it's probably their least favourite in the series, but I have massively enjoyed this book. However, I don't know if it's because I haven't read an Elsie Silver book in a while, but my god, is this spicy in some places. I'm like, I don't remember there being this many spice scenes. Like, I know her spice scenes are like spicy in her other books, but I don't remember it being this consistent throughout the whole story, so that's interesting. That might just be me, because I haven't read an Elsie Silver book in a while. I know Beau is not everybody's favourite, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I don't know where I would rank it in my order of Chestnut Springs. No one's beaten Theo Silver. He is at the top. The fact that he was barking in the first couple of pages, boom, immediate top. I'm really enjoying it though. I feel like it's probably going to be like a 4.5 maybe. I haven't really got 5-star feelings like I did with Reckless, but definitely like a 4.5. And I think we can finish this off today and then we can pick our next book for the video because I've nearly smashed through the whole book and I am really, really enjoying it, as I thought I would. And then I have completed a series. I'm going to carry on reading this morning. I'm going out in about half an hour, so I'm going to go and sit down now and continue reading. I mean, the chapters are just really short in Elsie Silver books anyway, so I feel like the story just goes faster. So I feel like we can definitely finish this off this morning, and then I'll come back with some final thoughts later. But I just love being back in the world of Chestnut Springs. Hopeless. I literally binged the rest of it this morning. It's now literally only lunchtime, so I loved it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It's not quite Reckless top tier 5-star, but I actually really enjoyed it more than I thought I would because so many people have said that this is their least favourite in the series, but honestly I've really enjoyed this one, and I'm kind of sad that Chestnut Springs is now over. Like, it's a bittersweet feeling. Like, I really enjoyed it, but there's now no more books in the series. But I do have the Rose Hill series and Gold Rush Ranch series to be reading, so I still feel that I've got more Elsie Silver to look forward to, but it's not the same. It's not the same as Chestnut Springs. Like I say, I'm going to end up giving this one 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. But now it's time to pick another bookmark so we can then pick what book we're going to read. So let me grab them. I've been like removing the ones that we have been picking, so obviously I can't re-pick those, but let's just mix them up. Pick one. Okay, so I am going to say that this is going to be like a romance one because it's got all hearts and bows on. So I do have a lot of romances. Let's have a bit of like a mooch on my shelf because I'm thinking, because it's just so like pink and fluffy and obviously Sabrina Carpenter coded, I feel like it needs to be a light fluffy romance rather than a deep one. So let's have a little bit of a look around. Maybe I'm thinking a pink cover. Let's go to my bookshelves. Ignore the state of this bookshelf. I've got so many books, but there's some romances on here. So I've got some Lynn Painter ones. They're all fancy romances. I really don't think it matches. And then those are more deeper romances. But then I also have a book cart full of romances over here. They're all like lighter colours. I feel like nothing's really... The only thing I can think is matching is like Picking Daisies on Sundays. I do have First Time Caller by BK Borison as well, but I kind of want to read this in a Reading New Releases vlog. I have another one that's on my list, which is the Lonely Hearts Book Club. It's like in that stack over there. But I think I might go for Picking Daisies on Sunday. I really wanted to read this book for a while. How many pages is this one? It's just over 300 pages, so it's not really long, and it's on my 25 for 2025 TBR, so I might pick this one to read. Quick update on this book. So we're now just over halfway through, actually maybe a little bit more. We've got this much left. We've kind of hit a point where there's a bit of an issue with our characters, and now they need to resolve it, as there normally is in a romance book. But I am enjoying it so far. It's going a little bit slower than I thought, even though it's only a short book. Basically, we're following Danny and Levi, and they used to be best friends in high school, and then something happened at the prom which we've kind of got an insight into, which irked me a little bit because it's kind of the miscommunication trope, so just pre-warning if you're going to read this book. But that happened, and then they didn't speak to each other for 4 years until they bumped into each other at a bar, and he asked, or basically put them in a fake dating situation. So now they're fake dating. So that's basically what this book is about. I didn't realise it was fake dating, but I thought it was friends to lovers, which kind of, I mean, it is, but I didn't realise fake dating was in there as well. So I'm going to try and finish this off today and then come back with some final thoughts tomorrow. I'm enjoying it so far, but the story, look, I didn't really look at what the story was or anything, so it's not what I expected, but I also necessarily didn't have tons of expectations because I hadn't looked it up, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I have now finished Picking Daisies on Sunday. I actually finished it this morning, and I think I'm going to go with like a 3.5 star. I did enjoy the story. It was cute, it was sweet, but there was a lot of miscommunication, and you could kind of feel the miscommunication trope in here like a lot. So that's not my favourite. Like, I get irritated and stuff when I read it because I'm like, simply just tell each other how you're feeling and you won't have any problems. So that was like a little bit annoying, just a personal preference that I don't really like that trope that much, but I still enjoyed the book and their dynamic as friends to then lovers, who you can just see that they really care for each other, and just like little things that they remember about each other and stuff. So 3.5 stars overall. But those are all the books that we're going to read in today's video, and that actually brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, let me know if you've read any of these, and let me know if you've read this author's other book. I think it's called Don't Be in Love or something. I've seen it a lot recently and I want to know whether it's worth a read or whatever. So if you've read that, let me know, or let me know whether you've read any of the books that I read in this video, and I will see you in another one very soon.